Good morning, my dear student. I'm Dr. Kiran Ramrao Borkar. Now today I'm going to discuss about the structure of pituitary gland. The structure of pituitary, look at this. This is the structure of pituitary gland. The pituitary gland is also called as a hypophysis. Is a small, unpaired, rounded body about the size of large pea, weighing approximately 5 grams, and it is also called as a master endocrine gland because of the multiplicity of its function and because of its control many of the other endocrine glands. Hypothalamus, look at this hypothalamus control over the pituitary gland. The pituitary gland is found at the base of brain, specifically the diencephalon, and is a lock in a depression of sphenoid bone of skull is called as a sella turcica, just at the back of optic chiasma. It is connected with the brain by means of a short thin stalk, and that short thin stalk is called as a infundibulum. This infundibulum, it is gray in color and slightly larger in female. It is composed of three lobes, that is anterior lobe and intermediate lobe and posterior lobe. Okay. The anterior lobe and intermediate lobe, look at this anterior lobe and this one is the intermediate lobe of pituitary are known together as a adenohypophysis. Okay, this whole is called as adenohypophysis. The anterior lobe and intermediate lobe togetherly called as a adenohypophysis. While the posterior lobe is called as a neurohypophysis. It has dual origin embryologically. The adenohypophysis arises from uh, arises from a roof of buccal cavity in the form of an outgrowth, and that is called as a Rathke's pouch. And the neurohypophysis, that is posterior lobe, originated at the downgrowth from floor of the diencephalon in the forebrain. Okay. And now we see here the first, look at this adenohypophysis consists of three parts. That is pars tuberalis, pars intermedia, and pars distalis. Look at this one is the pars tuberalis, pars intermedia, and pars distalis. Okay. And it is the largest part of the pituitary in all the vertebrates except cyclostome and teleostome, and it is composed of three parts, that is the pars tuberalis, pars distalis, and pars intermedia. It is made up of by the three types of cell. Three types of cell, that is peripheral, basophils, then central, acidophil, and scattered throughout the chromophil. So first of all, we see here pars tuberalis. Look at this. This is the pars tuberalis. So the pars tuberalis form a collar of cell 25 to 60 n, thick around the neural stalk. Look at this. Thick around the neural stalk, and it is thickest anterior to the stalk and frequently incomplete on the posterior aspect. The cells are arranged in a short cord or globular cluster. They are polyhedral with a centrally placed nuclei, and cytoplasm contain fine granules, and it is weakly basophilic. Now we see the next part, that is pars intermediate. Look at this. Okay. So the most species, this portion is quite distinct. In man, the pars intermedia is rudimentary and its cell often surround colloid fill cyst and merge imperceptibly with those of the pars distalis, and they are either chromophobes or basophil. The cell lining, the follicles may be ciliated. Okay. Now we see the next part of the adenohypophysis, that is pars distalis. Look at this, pars distalis. It forms about 75% of the hypophysis. The cell in the pars distalis are arranged mainly in cord. On the basis of staining properties, there are three types of cell are distinguished in it, that is acidophil, basophil, and chromophobes. These are said to constitute about 40, 10, and 50% of anterior lobe cell respectively. Okay. This is about the adenohypophysis. Okay. Now, the next part of the pituitary, that is neurohypophysis, that is posterior lobe. The posterior lobe of pituitary comprises infundibulum or neural stalk and pars nervosa or neural lobe. The neural lobe or infundibular process consists of non-myelinated nerve fiber and non-secretory supporting cells. The hormone of neurohypophysis are formed in the supraoptic and paraventricular nuclei of hypothalamus of brain. Two tracts of non-modulated nerve fiber arise from this nuclei and supply the posterior lobe. Okay. It believes that these hormones are released from nerve terminals, which contain them when impulses pass down the axon, which means that hypothalamic neuron concern are both nervous and secretory in function. The production of hormones by nerve cell is known as a neurosecretion, and thus the neural lobe or infundibular process itself is simply as a storage depot for the hypothalamic secretion and does not contain its own secretory cell. This is about the neurohypophysis. This is all about the structure of pituitary gland. Thank you so much.